Hi everybody, welcome back to Dress to Quest. I'm Nathan, I am the DM here, and we are an actual play live stream playing Dungeons and Dragons in the Ghost of Saltmarsh setting. We are all at level 8 right now, and we're in the middle of a big boss fight. But before we jump straight into that, let's do some quick player intros, and then I'll do a quick recap, and then we can just keep on fighting. Alright, first up we have Chris.
Hi everybody, I'm Chris and I play Ayize Marley, a human Ternician wizard who is all out of juice. And but we're gonna make it. We're going to make it.
Oh boy, I'm excited to see what happens. Next up we have Eric.
Hey, I'm glum. I'm gonna die.
Okay, awesome. Next we have Erica.
Alright, hi America. I play Rin Swiftbow, Beastmaster Ranger. Also running low in the spells department, but this is fine. Everything's gonna be fine. And every game she summons a falcon named Bert, who we also hope will be fine.
Indeed. And last but not least, we have Space.
Hey guys, I'm Space. I play Aspen, the Aspenmar, Hexblade Warlock, Divine Soul Sorcerer, and now everyone knows what it feels like to be a Warlock with no spell slots.
Yay! Alright, awesome. Well, with all of those intros out of the way, let's do a quick recap and then jump straight back into this because we're in the middle of it. Last we left off, our heroes had found their way to Mr. Dory's warehouse, one of the powerful merchant council members of the city of Thornhold, who seems to be in league with Skulthka, the aboleth that is a worshipper of Thera's Doom and seems to be doing something devious within Thornhold. Our heroes are aiming to stop whatever it is he's trying to accomplish. Following leads, they ended up at Mr. Dory's warehouse and in his ship that is suspended above a great mud pit at the back of his warehouse, being suspended above the mud pit by a crane. They scaled the crane and made their way onto the deck of the ship, fighting creatures all along the way, fought their way down into the hold of the ship, which was flooded with water. Ayize quickly parted all of the water out of the way using control water, but it was quite a fight as you had to push through many of these strange, translucent-skinned, squid-like humanoid creatures. Eventually finding your way to the back of the ship. Glum, you were isolated from the rest of the party, turning invisible, trying to avoid attack and cling to life as you discovered more creatures at the back of the boat. You found some other humanoid assassin lurking in the shadows. You found a strange flesh golem made up of crustaceans and human body parts, as well as Mr. Dory. This bloated man with kind of translucent skin. You can see the veins underneath the skin, and a cane at his side. And as he revealed himself, he began to cast Fireball all out at the party. But thankfully, I believe it was Ayize first who countered the first Fireball that was cast. And as you all were pressed up into the corner, fighting off the remaining enemies, Mr. Dory stepped out from cover once more, deflecting Rin's arrows and casting Fireball again. And that is where we left off as the Fireball spell is being shot forward by Mr. Dory. So let me bring us to the map and let me change the mood a bit as we jump straight into this. So we're gonna pick this right up from Mr. Dory's turn. So you all see Mr. Dory, this bloated man with translucent skin, thin wispy hair that's sort of slicked back. He has a cane at his side and these robes that all appear to be damp and wet from all the moisture in this ship. And he extends that cane out, muttering something under his breath as you see that pinprick of fiery red light start to shoot out towards the group. Does anybody have any reactions?
This
yes,
is the
I
end.
would like to subtle counterspell.
Subtle counterspell. Okay, so it fizzles in the air, and Mr. Dory looks around, since not seeing Aize anywhere in sight, and then glances towards you, Aspen.
Archive, say something.
You suck. And Mr. Dory just sort of ignores Archive, looks at Aspen. There you are. What a talent you have. And he's going to duck back into cover. Okay, that was Mr. Dory's turn. Taking us to the Golem. So Aspen, as you see Mr. Dory skulk off into cover, that Golem standing in front of you, the head is replaced by a massive crustacean-like lobster head. You can see the strange mouth of multiple chitinous plates sort of peeking aside and revealing all sorts of weird, like, tendrils and filters on the inside as it raises these two big lobster claws at you and is going to try to squash you. Here we go. That is a 21 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, 11 points of bludgeoning damage as the first claw slams down. And a 23 to hit for 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yes.
Are you still up?
Oh, yes, I'm still up.
Okay. So those two attacks come slamming down on you as it raises its hands and keeps chittering there, standing in front of you. The figure that Glum bumped into is going to duck out of cover and aim with a hand crossbow at... I think a hand crossbow is like 30-foot range.
The Lobster Man?
Huh?
At the Lobster Man?
Yeah, at the Lobster Man. Right at the Lobster Man. No, it's going to aim at Aspen, because you're right there. So Aspen, here we go. Let's see if he hits. A 14 to hit, so that will, I am assuming, miss.
Yes, that misses.
It just slams into the wall next to you, and he ducks back into cover, taking us to Rin. You are up.
Okay. So, from what I could tell on my, from Rin's perspective, this blob creature is in her.
Sorry,
This is one of this. Well, this is one of them, right?
Yeah, that's one of the squid, like weird
Okay.
squid humanoid creatures, and it's currently trying to stab Aize with its trident.
Well, yeah, I think I'm just gonna stick with that guy. She's going to shoot with sharpshooter.
Okay.
Also declare favorite foe.
Okay.
Just has to hit first.
We do it.
That definitely hits.
It's funny because I have to move all my tables, so I'm like, I don't even know what I rolled yet. Oh yeah. All right. Going for this. So so that should be 22 damage.
Yeah.
Yes.
With that.
Declaring. Yeah.
One shot, the arrow goes straight through the skull, and Aize, you can see the arrow through the translucent skin, piercing out the other side of the skull, and it just goes limp. It's dead. All right, Rin. What else would you like to do with your turn? I believe you have another.
So from my angle, I could still have a shot on the one to the left of Aspen, from what I could tell.
You want
Right?
to shoot? Yeah, you can definitely shoot that one. Yeah.
Okay. It's interesting not being able to see everything. So,
I know.
so she declares favorite foe. It immediately flies down, and she goes, "Favorite foe." I like the idea that she
Look at
just
that.
declares it like that.
Look at that. Look at you go again.
21.
Oh wow. Okay, 21. That definitely hits.
20 damage.
20 damage. This thing is looking really hurt as it kind of stumbles down onto one knee. Is that it for you, Rin?
Wrapping up with claw attack from good old Bert.
19.
Okay. So Bert will fly in. A 19 definitely hits. 7 points of damage. Bert latches on to one of the clawed arms and pulls with his talons as a piece of chitinous like shell just pops off, revealing this kind of weird soft flesh underneath. This thing is looking really, really hurt. Anything else for you, Rin?
He just spits for good measure and then flies back.
All right, excellent. Erla, something happens with Erla. Okay, actually, yeah. Erleth suddenly drops down next to you, Rin. In this very brief moment, something looks a little off. Like her movements are a little. I guess you would recognize it like when you first encountered her and she was kind of being controlled. Her movements are a little jittery as she drops down, looking around at you all, and she has like a little bit more movement. And that's all she can do.
I say, your movements are a little jittery.
All right. Next up is Aize.
So, well, I can't see him yet, but Lobster Man, I guess, is on his last legs.
Oh, sorry. Lobster Man is on his last legs. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, Aize will move up here.
Okay.
Flop. And then I'll flame bolt him.
Go for it.
Or firebolt him. Probably not hitting. 13. Oh, come on.
A 13 hits. This thing has no armor and it's very clumsy.
Okay, well, he takes 12 points of damage then.
12 points. Let me check something. Okay, so, wow. Okay, Aize, how do you kill this golem as you strike it with that firebolt?
Oh, well, he's a lobster.
Yes.
And I use flame, so I just want to hit on the carapace on the chest, so steam comes out of every single orifice on him.
Oh my god. Okay, so the firebolt strikes the chest and gets absorbed into the chest, and you start to see it like twitch as steam starts just shooting out of all the cracks of the armor, and you all hear this high pitch as it starts to wail and eventually falls down onto the ground.
And then I yell out, "Much better with garlic, I think."
Oh my god.
All right, and then I'm gonna hang on for a sec. Just let me figure out my.
Sure.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay. I'm gonna side up over here.
All right. So Aize goes running into the room, taking us to Glum. You are up.
How high up is that ladder?
The ladder so it's like one of those attic ladders. It literally came down to the floor. So so if you want to go up onto the deck of the ship, you could just climb. But it would be I guess a 10. We'll call it 10 feet.
It's 10 feet up. Okay, that was my question. Okay, cool. Is this the book?
That's the book.
Okay, cool. Ren, we're never gonna make it.
I'm sure we will.
I'm gonna go ahead because he's super close to death. He will go ahead and go up to the top of the attic, and slightly back, so you can kind of peer down. So you see here, so he'll be up like somewhere up here on the deck.
Got
around
it.
this-
So he'll be on the deck of the ship, looking down onto the bottom floor.
Yeah,
Okay,
but,
cool.
But ideally not where like a fireball blast would blow me in the face. So
Sure.
I just want to be able to kind of have an angle.
Yeah.
I'm assuming I'm not gonna say anything except for spells,
Yeah,
probably.
I would say that you can definitely see that square there from your angle
Okay.
up on the deck.
That unfortunately that's all I can do with my turn. All my spells are gone.
Okay, cool. So you're holding your crossbow action, your attack action. Okay,
Yes.
excellent.
If I see anything, I shoot it.
Excellent. Aspen.
What are these floors actually made of water, or is this like a design?
No, so yeah, you weren't here last week. That's right. So the ship was flooded with water, probably about waist deep water. I used a cast to control water and pushed it all up to the side, so now it's just like soggy wood.
Okay. As a bonus action, I will convert my last second level spell slot into sorcery points.
Okay.
That gives me back 3. So that's 5. And that's my action. I can just barely see this guy. Is he hurt at all?
Which one are you looking at?
The one that's next to Archive.
Oh, you can see that guy. You don't know. You haven't seen him take any hits since you've been down in the ship.
Okay. So I'm gonna come right here to where I can just.
Nice.
I'm gonna move up because I want to see most of them, and I'm
Okay.
gonna Eldritch Blast them.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I would say he has half cover, so he'll get a +2 to his AC, instead of 3/4 cover.
All right. First attack.
Okay.
Got this face.
Oh, yeah.
18 to hit.
That hits.
15 force damage, and then the second attack. We are eighth level, right?
Yes.
Okay, wait, let me just make sure. One thing. Okay, yeah. Second attack is another 18 to hit.
That hits. Nice. So 2 bolts of energy slam into him. He kind of peels back and pushes further into cover. Anything else for you,
Yeah.
Aspen?
I think I will just move up to the wall to try to get full cover from him, and that is the end of my turn.
Okay. That is the end of your turn. That takes
I would-
us to.
One thing I'd like to mention is I am kind of concerned about our NPC in our group. So if that NPC is in my view and doing something weird, I would more want to shoot her if she does something like to turn on us.
Okay.
Just if I could.
Sure. Okay. Mr. Dory gets to go. He's going to step out, scan the room once more, kind of seeing where everybody is posted up. And yeah. He's going to step out just a touch, essentially leaning over and looking past at you, Aspen. There you are. I can't afford to have you getting in my way. And his eyes lock with you, and you suddenly feel this chill run up your spine, and you watch as his eyes seem to bulge out of his head, and you see these little black tendril-like worms sort of like crawling out the edges of the eyes, and there's a flash of kind of sickly green light in the pupils of his eyes as he looks at you. Make a Constitution saving throw for me. $21. Okay, you succeed. You're still going to take some damage. Okay, so you're going to take half of this. This is necrotic damage. 20.
Oh, I have. Go ahead.
22
I have
points of necrotic.
resistance.
You have resistance?
Okay.
Okay, so that is
Yes.
reduced to 11 points of necrotic, which is then reduced to 5. So 5 points of necrotic damage.
Nice.
And
Good thing
then,
you guys zombie.
yeah. And then you're also going to receive 30 points of poison damage, but you succeeded on your save. So that's reduced to 15.
Am I poisoned?
No, you succeeded on your save. He glares. You're very strong. And then is going to slink back into the room. All right, that was Mr. Dory.
I just yell out. You can't run forever.
And then you kind of hear from the other room. You hear him sort of like bark an order to that guy. Just dispose of her, please. And the assassin is going to pop out. And let's see. It's actually going to go in with the short sword. Comes out with the short sword and comes dashing up to you and is going to make 2 attacks on you.
No.
Here we
Oh,
go.
yeah.
First one's an 8, so it totally misses. And next one's 13, so that totally misses as well. And yeah, he's right there glaring at you, trying to shoot. And Aspen, are you like deflecting his hits with your shield, with your axe?
Yeah, the first one I bring my shield up, and then the second one I'm like I kind of use my axe to get underneath his and kind of underneath his short sword, and I kind of just push it away.
And the sword kind of into the deck, and he pulls it back out, looking at you. You can see this guy looks to be half elven. He also, his skin is very translucent and pale. And his teeth seem to be like receding into his gums a bit, and he's just kind of looking at you there, seeming really frustrated at your parries. That takes us to Rin.
All right. I'm gonna say that Bert saw all that happen and goes on his own initiative to defend Aspen.
Okay, cool. So Bert flies in towards that guy for a 15 to hit. Let me check if this guy has any tricks up his sleeve. Okay, 15 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Bert.
8.
8 points of piercing damage. As Bert claws his arm.
Bert's the best.
All right, and Rin is going to move across to the other room. I should have counted how many feet that was, but she has plenty. Because I plan on her having run back. Does she have to get closer to get behind his back?
You're trying to. Oh,
go behind.
Do you want to do melee with him?
You would have
to
get advantage, Erica. You would have to be in melee.
Yeah, you'd have to be in melee.
Ah. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do more than one action anyways. Alright, well, I'm gonna slink back.
Okay.
Because I still have it in range even if she's over here.
Okay, cool.
Regular old 2 shots.
Come on. So that's gonna crit. 16.
16. Both of those hit.
So,
Alright, that's 19 and 22 then.
Whew! 2
30.
massive hits on
31.
him. He tumbles to the ground looking in really bad shape from those 2 hits.
Yes.
And she will remain, and that's everything for Rin.
Okay. Excellent. That takes us to Aeroleth. Aeroleth is going to use her action. It's something called leadership that she can do. It's kind of like a bard ability. She's going to... she seems to kind of regain her senses and looks over at you, Rin. Yes, fine, I will help. And she dashes into cover and what does she say? She looks at you, Rin, kind of smiles for a moment and goes, "You're definitely going to be able to take this guy down a few notches. Your form is impeccable." So you get a D6 to, let me see. Any attack roll or saving throw, you can add a D6 to. While she is within 30 feet of you, I believe. Or no, just, you're good. You have it until, yeah. Okay, so that is her action. That takes us to Aize.
Okie doke. You are a formidable wizard, Mr. Dory. I wasn't expecting this. But I wonder one thing. And I'll walk over here. And I say, "Do you have a feather fall?" And I reach for a patch in my robe of many things, and I drop a 10-foot pit right here.
Oh, microphone.
Oh,
No, you're good, Chris.
was my mic off the whole time?
No, not you, Chris. You're good.
Okay.
Me, my little USB is, hold on. Y'all can hear me, right?
Yeah.
I'm seeing,
What?
okay, I'm seeing levels. Okay, I gotta replace that. All right.
Well, actually, hang on. Let me move over here. Can I go there?
Yeah. Oh, if you go there, you will provoke an attack of opportunity, but you definitely can go there.
Oh, I'm still within 5 feet of him.
You're within 5 feet of the assassin.
Oh, is he here?
Yeah.
Oh, then I'm not going to move then. I'm going to drop that pit right where under Dory's feet.
Okay, and it's, how big of a pit?
Here, let me share this in BTT. I've had these for a while. I just never used them. Because I've never been completely
It's
out
like a
of stock.
10-foot pit.
Robe of useful items. Here, hang on. I'll share. Hold on. Pit. Copy. And I'm putting it in the chat.
A 10-foot cube.
Cube, yes.
Okay. Can place
I have
it
two of
around
these.
10 feet of you. Okay, super cool. So, 10-foot cube is looking something like that, I think. That's about, yeah, that's 10 feet. So, okay, so you're gonna drop it right on Mr. Dory. It's looking like the way this would work is Mr. Dory would just fall straight out of the boat.
Yes, I'm counting on this being the actual. I'm counting on there not being another level under us.
Yeah.
And this boat is suspended over the ground by a crane.
Awesome. So you're gonna do this. Awesome. So Mr. Dory would fall. The assassin and Aspen, I would say all of you make dex saves unless you don't want to. I say if you want to fall as well, you can.
Oh, I'm fine.
But all of you who are on the edge of this, so Assassin, Aspen, and you, Aize, can make dex saves to try to catch the lip as suddenly the ground disappears under you, revealing the mud pit below as you all suddenly start to plummet. So Aize, you plummet for sure.
Not a problem.
Aspen, let me think about what I want. Yeah, Aspen, I'm gonna say that you just miss it, so you're also gonna start plummeting as you
I will.
slip.
If If it's okay, I will use my favorite by the gods to roll another 2d4
Okay, go.
to
Okay.
that.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, so
17.
With 17, you just catch it. It's odd, Aspen, in that brief moment as you started to go into free fall, and you swear you missed the lip. You almost feel this lurch as you were kind of extended upwards for just a split second and catch the ledge. Let's see if the assassin can make it. Oh yeah, easy. So he catches the lip as well, hanging there. But Mr. Dory goes plummeting as this strange, almost Looney Tunes style hole just appears. Aize, what does it look like when you create this? You just like rip a patch off your cloak, or?
I reach in, pull a patch off the cloak, drop it on the ground between his feet, and then basically the entire floor and walls, it's a cube. Oh wow, okay. Basically the ground opens up, and all of the boards, because this is supposed to be used on ground, but well, no, it's ground, I guess. The boards rip up.
Okay, yeah, I think
disappearing
it's
into in a puff of logic, and opening it up below.
That's awesome. So they all just kind of suddenly, as the patch hits the ground, they all sort of like piano keys or something. They kind of ripple and then disappear in like a puff of smoke. As suddenly there's just open space, and Mr. Dory goes plummeting down. I'm gonna call it 40 feet. So he's gonna take 46 bludgeoning. He takes 12 points of bludgeoning damage, and falls prone into the mud.
I will use a bonus action.
Yep.
Aspen didn't fall, right?
Oh wait, yeah, Aize, you're falling as well, so you're plummeting down to the ground.
Oh, I'm going to use my bonus action to Misty Step.
Okay.
Up to the edge of the pit.
That's super cool. So, and then, and you arrive back up at the top of the pit. There's now water starting to kind of spill down, but sort of being held up by your magic, your control water spell.
Yes, I'm going to be doing something with that next round.
Okay, cool.
I yell down to him, "Gravity, Dory! Gravity!"
He's just laying in the mud. I hate wizards. Okay, next up is Glum. So Glum, I don't know if you actually know what happened. You maybe heard some commotion, and maybe like a splat in the mud.
If you saw, the assassin got caught in it as well.
He's up on the deck of the ship though, looking at an angle he can't see back to where the assassin is. But Glum, yeah, what do you want to do?
Rin, what's happening?
Does Rin know what's happening?
Rin, you would have seen a hole suddenly rip open in the deck of the ship, exposing the air below.
Star's holding a sneeze. I might have seen wrong, but it looks like a hole opened up from nowhere, and people are. And looks like we gotta.
You see, Aspen and the assassin are dangling over the edge, holding on to the lip.
Save for Aspen and the assassin, everyone fell through.
You can see the assassin?
He's dangling.
Alright, I'm gonna climb back down,
Mm-hmm.
slash drop down, but not drop because I don't make a dex roll.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, so you slide down the ladder.
Drop
You
down,
hold
I say,
sprint while going down the ladder.
did I ever tell you that I'm from the town known as YOLO? And I will break my invisibility and I will fire my 3 shots. If I can see any part of that assassin, I'm shooting at it.
You can see his little fingies holding on
Right.
to the edge.
I'm shooting his fingers.
Okay.
Alright, here we go.
I feel like I sense the little pigs go home joke coming.
Okay. Did that show up?
Sorry, yeah, a 20, that definitely hits.
Great. Okay, so that's 19 points.
All right, Glum, with that first shot, you blow off one of the fingers, causing him to lose his grip. Does anything else happen as this guy falls to his demise?
Yeah, so then he's gonna instantly bring up his other hand to try and grab it and pull himself up, and I'll shoot him right in the head. So I'll just basically use all my shots.
Awesome. So he pulls, and then right through the head, and he tumbles back past you, Aspen, down into the mud.
I go, sorry.
He is dead. All right.
So and then I have like 10 more feet of movement, so I'll just like here.
Cool. Excellent. Anything else for you, Glum?
That's it, sir.
Okay. That takes us to Aspen.
So Mr. Dory is the only one that I can see, right?
Yeah, he is 40 feet below you, lying prone in the mud.
Just out of range for, okay. I guess, yeah, that's 30 feet. So for my bonus action then, I will convert my sorcery points back into a 3rd level spell slot.
Okay.
Gives me 1, and then as my action, yeah, I want to make a wisdom saving throw for Toll the Dead.
Toll the Dead, okay. Here we go.
Yeah, DC 16.
He got a 9.
Ooh, okay, so that's 2d12. Because he got hurt. That's 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage, okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what your Toll the Dead looks like. I feel like it's happened before. Is it like a little...
It has, but I don't
appears?
remember what I said.
Does
Yeah,
it
I
come
think
from
I
your
said...
mom?
Yeah, I think I said that it comes from my mom, so it's like... I forgot what I said, actually.
I think it was a brand of...
kind of appears.
Yeah, I think it was like a brand of her symbol flashes like on his forehead, and he... and then looks up at you. He seemed like, it hurt. Anything else for you, Aspen?
Can I pull myself up?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I will like pull myself up and kind of just move away from the hole.
Okay, cool.
And that's it. That's all I can do.
Can I say something while she pulls herself up? Just a quick thing.
Sure.
You're never any danger. I do have a feather fall.
Oh. That was terrifying.
And as you're having this banter, Mr. Dory, laying in the mud, is going to pull himself up into a standing position, calmly look up towards you. I guess, yeah, Aize, are you like on the lip looking down at him? Okay, so he looks up.
Yeah,
at
so
you.
I'm sort of leaning over and saying,
Yeah.
I'm just, Dory, you can always give up, you know.
Aize, I really must thank you for this. I was feeling a bit cornered, and now I have something for you.
He is going to extend the staff up.
Enjoy this little present.
And he's going to flick it and cast a spell. As you see this, like, greenish yellow kind of blob of gas and goo shoot out from the tip of the spell, and as it gets to the top of the hole, it bursts like a sickly firework. And he casts Cloud Kill. You can't see him, Aspen. You stepped away from the ledge.
Okay.
And Cloud Kill forms right at the lip of the hole,
Right.
engulfing Aize and Aspen. And then he's going to use 15 feet of movement to stroll through the mud. Actually, I'd say this is difficult terrain, so he uses 5 feet of movement to just barely stroll through the mud, starting to walk towards the edge. That was Mr. Dory. So Cloud Kill forms. Aspen, Aize, you feel your lungs starting to burn. You feel your skin burning. This is affecting every part of your body as it fills this entire space. Taking us to Rin. You are up. You can't see Aspen or Aize anymore, as that entire area is heavily obscured, as it's just gas, just billowing throughout the hold of the ship. And it does look like it's slowly drifting in your direction.
Tough. Okay. I think Rin's gonna climb up the ladder.
Okay.
So you can see what's going on from the outside of the ship.
All right, so Rin, you climb up, so 10 feet of movement, and you get up to the top, pulling yourself up, looking around. I mean, do you want to go somewhere else? You don't see Mr. Dory from this angle. You see there's definitely like a crowd of people starting to gather over by the warehouse, as like there's been a commotion on the ship and like gas is starting to spill out of it, but you don't see Mr. Dory. You would know that the hole is like roughly over here.
If she were to climb over to the what looks like a makeshift bridge out of wood, would that be entering where that gas?
Do you mean
from?
this bridge right here?
Yeah.
Oh, and I should point out, this right here is like a narrow pipe, like a trough, and that's where the water is pouring into from that water tower that's on the other side. But if you went over to that bridge, it seems like the gas is not penetrating through the deck of the ship. It is being held within the hull of the ship.
So I wouldn't be able to. Okay.
So you could go over there without getting hit by the gas.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just gonna have Rin run over there.
Okay. So you use 10 feet of movement. So whatever the rest of your movement is.
I have 30 feet left.
Okay,
I'm not sure how far away that is.
Let's see. It is 30 feet of movement will get you just to the lip of the bridge.
All right. Let's go to there.
Although there are barrels in the way, I would say if you want to jump over the barrels, you do an acrobatics check to kind of jump up over those barrels. Otherwise, you could avoid them and get to like.
Yeah, just as long as she could get to the edge and possibly get a better view of the pit from underneath.
So this is what I'll say. With 30 feet of movement, without the risk of the barrels, you can get to there, and you can kind of see over the edge, but you still don't see Mr. Dory. If you wanted to try to get a little bit further onto that plank, I'm going to need you to make an acrobatics check to leap over those barrels.
Well, it's kind of, seeing as it's a life and death situation, I'll roll.
Okay, go for it. Make an acrobatics check. Oh, easy. Landing on the plank. Do a quick perception roll for me. I'll give this one to you for free.
Look at that.
Immediately, Rin, you just barely make out the form of Mr. Dory down in this direction, underneath the ship, kind of slogging through the mud.
Well, even though I'm sure I have a lot working against me, she's going to try to shoot.
Go for it.
Rolling with sharpshooter.
So
21 minus 3, so that would be 18?
18. Let me see if he has any tricks up his sleeve.
Yeah.
Ooh, that just hits. Okay, so how much damage is that?
That is 19.
19 points of damage. Striking him in the back. He looks over his shoulder, seeing you there, glaring, and you can see him kind of scrunching his face. He's gonna have to make a concentration check. Here we go. Does he? Oh wait, he has. Okay, wait. Sorry, he has. Yeah, he definitely makes it with his bonus to con save, because he rolled a. Wow, even with that, he makes it. Okay, so yeah, he holds on to the spell. He's glaring at you, and he kind of flicks that staff open, and the shield forms, but you still have a shot on it.
Gonna see what what I can do. Hoping for good luck. 19 minus 3, that's not gonna get it.
Unfortunately, that misses as he parries the arrow with that shield. All right, that is anything else for you, Rin? That was your action and movement.
If possible, I'd like to hold for Bert's action.
Okay.
But
What
yeah.
would you like Bert's held action to be?
As soon as if either Dory or another enemy to attack would approach Ren, that he would claw attack.
Oh, okay. So Bert's gonna fly up next to you, and if anyone approaches you, got it. Okay. Okay. Sounds good. That takes us to Aeroleth. Aeroleth just saw Rin run up. She kind of looking a little confused, looks at you, Glum. I guess we're retreating now. And she kind of looks over into the room, sees this massive gas cloud starting to billow towards her, and she goes, "Nope." And she's going to. That was 5, 10, 15. Yeah, so she can get up to the deck. She just makes it to the deck, and she already used her action to do that on her last turn, but she doesn't have any range, so she's just gonna run over to you, Rin, by the railing. So she comes running up to you. All right, I guess we're retreating now. Great. I just perfect. And that is her turn. At the start of your turn, Aize, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please. That is a failure. Aize, you are going to take.
Hold on.
Unless you have something that allows
I
you to
have not
avoid
used the
this.
luck point. I haven't used the luck point yet.
Okay.
Luck time.
I will use a luck point, and I will, because I'm lucky. And there we go. And I will re-roll that,
Okay.
because poison sucks. How about 18?
18 will make it. So you're going to take half this damage. And not, I don't think there's any other things. But yeah, you'll take half this damage. Okay, so here we go. So 22 points of poison damage reduced to 11.
All right.
And I would like you to make a Constitution saving throw, a concentration check to hold on to the control water spell.
Okay. First thing, I have 5 temporary hit points from Ren's aid,
Okay, so those 5 go away first.
and so that's 6 points I'm taking.
Okay, you just need to get a 10 or higher on your Constitution saving throw.
Right, and then Constitution, I have advantage because of this.
Oh, Warcaster, yeah, cool, awesome.
All right, so I'll just roll once and again, twice, and I just.
So you lose concentration on the control water spell. All of you inside of the vessel, so Glum, Aspen, Aize, suddenly the water comes spilling down, crashing into all of you. Aspen, you feel yourself getting pulled towards the hull as it all is starting to drain out. So, Aspen, Aize, Glum, all of you make strength saving throws as you are struck by this wave of water that comes crashing into you.
I don't bother resisting it. I'll just take it.
So, Aize, you go, you get pulled down the drain like a toilet drain.
I jump. I'll jump.
Okay, so woo, and then are you going to use your reaction to do Featherfall?
But I'm gonna wait to see if Aspen gets pulled down with me because I can do more than one.
I think I do.
Aspen, you as well get pulled and down the drain. You start plummeting down. Glum, what about you? 15. Glum, you hold strong as the water's slamming into you.
I'm holding on to like the side of the ship.
Awesome.
More bubbles.
So the water's pouring out. Aize, you, what were you gonna do?
I'll cast a Featherfall on myself and Aspen.
Okay, so as you get Featherfall down, pushed down with the water, but you both gently kind of... It's gentle enough that it doesn't give you any damage, but you definitely kind of get the... well, you both land on your feet, yeah. So you... ooh, this is interesting. So you have a bunch of water pouring out on top of you with Featherfall. Yeah.
Yes, but it is a hole.
No, I know. It's 40 feet down. Okay. Yeah, sure. No, I need both of you to make dex saves. Very low DC because you have Featherfall. Or I'll also do this. I'll give you advantage because you have Featherfall. But you are, yeah, so Aize, you're fine. And Aspen, you're fine. Okay, so you both feel the water pressing down on you as the magic kind of holds you back a bit, and you kind of land with a thud into the muck. The water splashing all around you, soaking Mr. Dory, and as the chaos kind of subsides and the water is now just like a waterfall dripping down all around you, you see Mr. Dory kind of closing his eyes and just enjoying the water spilling across his body. All right. Aize,
can I bring up one thing?
yeah.
The duration of the Featherfall is 1 minute.
Okay.
So,
But you move at I think it's you fall at 60 feet or something around, or it says something about...
It's your call. Are we feathers for 1 minute?
You fall, yeah, so if you were at a greater height, it would last for a minute, but I think it's still a speed of like, I think it specifies the speed at which you fall.
Yeah, I was more thinking in terms of can we stand on water, but that's fine.
No. But I do want to confirm, yeah, 60 feet per round. So yeah, you just thud into the ground. Okay, Aize, that was your, what happened there? Oh, you haven't even done your turn. It's your turn.
My turn started and all this stuff tried to kill me. All right, now cast a Featherfall as a reaction spell.
You are also standing right next to Mr. Dory now, both of you.
I said, wow, that was rather nasty. Can I still cast a regular spell, or is that right off?
I don't think so, because you cast a spell, and it wasn't a bonus action.
All right.
Yeah, and I don't think you can do a cantrip, because it would have had to have been a bonus action spell to then do a cantrip, so... Yeah.
No, I cast a bonus action, but I still have an action.
Oh, Featherfall's bonus action?
Yeah, Featherfall's bonus.
Oh, then yeah, you can cast a cantrip, yeah. Just
I'm
not
not
a
going to
spell.
cast a cantrip. I just kind of look at him and said, you know, the interesting thing is, I had 2 of these, and I throw a pit down.
He falls 10 feet down into the mud. Now water is starting to spill in. Sludge is kind of pouring in. Sure, I'll have him make a dex save to see if he lands prone. Here we go. So he succeeds. So he manages to slam down into the mud, standing, looking up at you. All right.
And I'm going to step away from the edge of the pit.
Yeah, go for it. You can move yourself on the map. You just imagine you're 40 feet down on the mud.
Okay.
Wow, this is... I love these chain reactions. They're so much fun.
And that was my last pit patch from...
Okay.
I only had 2 of them.
Good to know.
Okay.
All right. Glum, you are up.
Right.
So you have water kind of... I guess, yeah, it's like all kind of drained out. I would say it's still draining because it just happened. So you do have water kind of rushing past you right now. So I'd say that you're in you'd be considered difficult terrain right now to move through the ship. But probably by the start of Aize's next turn, it will have all drained and it will no longer be difficult terrain.
Sorry, one more point.
Yeah.
Dory did fall 10 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So, does he maintain concentration?
Oh, he succeeded on his dex save, and he's falling into... Well, I guess it is a pit that you created, and I don't know what the surface is. Is it like stone, or is it just whatever was there?
It's whatever's there.
So it's thick mud, so I'm going to say that he just kind of slops down in the mud, doesn't take any damage. All right. Glum. So yeah, Glum, you are considered to be in difficult terrain right now with all the water rushing past you.
Okay, and the water is rushing towards the hole, obviously.
Towards the hole, yes.
Okay, can I try and ride it?
Oh yeah, you could totally just let go and water slide Goonies down.
Yeah, I'll basically take like a surfing stance, using my shield and my crossbow to kind of balance, and I want to see how far I can
Okay,
get.
this is a little more involved. Go ahead and make an acrobatics check for me as you slap your shield down and try to surf down to the
go.
hole. so glad.
Oh no! He says, "I got this."
So, and you clearly fail. What happens?
So he says, "I got this," and he starts going, and he goes so fast he slams into the whatever's left of that door frame, which completely like messes up any kind of balance that he had, and he probably goes spiraling off the side.
Falling
whatever
prone.
fits for you.
Yeah, he falls prone as he spirals off the door frame. But you still, all of that rushing water pulls you out the hole, and you go falling 40 feet down. I mean, I'll give you this. If you want to try to catch the lip, you can with a dex save.
Yeah, we'll try that.
Okay, so go ahead and make a dex save. With all of the rushing water, you try to and just get pulled out the drain and go plummeting down towards the mud. Do you have anything to save yourself, or are you just gonna slam into the mud?
I got nothing, man. I'm gonna be unconscious in a second.
I'm so sorry.
Oh no, it was him trying to be fancy.
Okay, you take 14 points of bludgeoning damage as
He's a 0, and he goes. It's basically his head just sticks into it, and he just goes limp.
So head first.
And then plunk.
All right, so Glum slaps into the mud right next to you. You say head first, and then just goes limp. All right, Aspen, you're up.
Wow. Okay. So he's 10 feet down, right?
Yeah.
All right. For my bonus action, I'm gonna do a Hexblade Curse on him, which allows me critical damage is on a roll of 19 or 20 on a d20. And then I'm gonna go over to Glum, and I'm gonna cure wounds him at first level.
Appreciate it.
Oh my god! All right, so he is.
Oh
hexed.
man, I wish I had points. I need this too. You get 6 points of healing back.
Better than death saves. Thank you very much.
So Glum, you come to consciousness with your head in the mud.
Yeah. 6.
Okay, Aspen, anything else for you?
No.
Okay. It is Mr. Dory. At the start of Mr. Dory's turn, let me read Cloud Kill really quick. We have a lot of dynamics happening here. I think what actually happens reading it. Okay, Cloud Kill. So at the start of its turn, the fog moves 10 feet away from you, rolling along the surface of the ground. The vapors, being heavier than air, sink to the lowest level of the land, even pouring down openings. So, the Cloud Kill starts to channel out the bottom. It's only going to go 10 feet, so it's 30 feet above you at this point. But it is starting to just drain out the hole towards you all with the water. So it is draining down. Mr. Dory is going to... cast this. He's done that. Oh, let's see if he gets that back. Let's do it. Nope. Okay. Yeah, I think he's had enough of this. He is going to cast Fly on himself and fly up 60 feet up in the air, away from you, Aspen, avoiding that attack of opportunity. And so he will be 10, so he's 50 feet up by the deck of the ship, kind of on the other side, sort of like pressing up into the hull of the ship to be out of sight of Rin, but still have an eye on Aspen and Aize as he just kind of rockets up there and latches onto the side of the ship, looking down at you all. I imagine he kind of looks like what's his face in Dune when he's clinging to the ceiling. Oh man, the
Baron Harkonnen?
Yes, Baron Harkonnen just clinging to the bottom of the ship, looking down at you all, glaring at you as he flies up there. Okay, that I believe that is a concentration spell though, so I think the cloud kill dissipates. So that is no longer an issue. Okay, that was his turn. So he's 60 feet up in the air, clinging to the side of the ship. The next up we have Rin. You are up. So you just saw Mr. Dory disappear out of sight on the other side of the ship, like directly opposite of where you are standing. Kind of in here. I'll do it on the map for you. Kind of in this direction.
I see. Well, at this point, Rin's just going to start walking over that bridge. I think that I keep forgetting how it works.
It's fine. Yeah, you're right on the edge of it, so you're fine. You can walk on it. It's basically if you sprint across it, it becomes an issue. But you're right on the edge, so you don't even have to worry about it. But with 40 feet of movement, you can get up to the edge of the boat if you wish.
If I were, possibly,
Mm-hmm.
would I be able to see in case any individual was, sitting at the bottom edge of the ship, possibly?
You mean from where you are now?
Yeah, if she moved over, if there just happened to be someone at the bottom.
No, from where you are now, Mr. Dory has gone completely out of sight.
Yeah.
From your point of view. Yeah, you would have to likely run to the other side of the ship or do something else to try to spot him.
There's something I want to do, and then I know what Rin would probably do, so I'm gonna have her run across the other side of the ship to the edge.
Run to...
Because she takes it for 40 feet.
Okay, so you're gonna run. You can get to any of the spots on the other side of the ship with 40 feet.
Probably the one straight across, I guess.
So, like there?
Yeah, 30 feet.
Yeah, go ahead. Do you need me to move your token, or you got it?
I got it.
Cool. So you go sprinting across the deck, leaping up, peering over the railing. Yeah, make another perception roll for me. Because the boat is, it's curved like that. Okay, you can just barely make out his kind of like meaty, pudgy hand sort of extending out over one of the kind of curvature of the boat, just sort of like extending up towards you. He seems to literally be like kind of hugging the underside of the hull to stay out of sight, but you can just barely see his hand.
All right, we're doing this. Shooting with sharpshooter as always.
Okay, go for it. Yeah.
Yep.
That will hit.
All right, that's 15 this time.
15 points of damage. Okay, let me have him do a concentration check. Yep, he succeeds.
All right. If that's where it is, then the next gonna send out the Bert before she tries to shoot again.
You're gonna send Bert out? Okay, I don't know if Bert, what is Bert's movement?
Oh yeah, well I think it was 60, 10, 60.
60?
So yeah, 60.
Okay, yeah, he
that's
can...
where he's walking, so yeah, 100%.
So 30 feet, and then probably... Okay, yeah, he can get down to... Cool, so yeah, he flies down to Mr. Dory. Go for it. A 17 misses. Mr. Dory holds up that shield, and Bert just claws across the surface of it.
All right. Well, since other time she declared favored foe, they kept dying. So this time, if she hits for the second time, then I can actually roll for extra for the favored foe, and that is 13. So
That
Rin
will
is just
not
done.
hit. Yeah, so it just flew off the side of the ship, and Mr. Dory kind of pulls his hand out of the way as he now has a big gash across the top of his hand. All right, anything else for you, Rin?
Nope. Just for everyone below, it just looks like these arrows just going off in random directions.
Yeah. Araleth kind of looking back and forth, back at you, Rin. Are we running, or what are we doing? What is happening?
It's easier if they're not moving around.
All right, I'm gonna just stay with you. And she will just kind of keep in line with you, running back and forth across the deck of the ship. Aize, you are up. You see Mr. Dory 60 feet up, or 50 feet up from your position, glaring down at you, clinging to the underside of the ship.
I never liked that spell. That's a very dangerous spell to use, especially when you're 60 feet up. How far is he off the ground?
60 feet.
Wow.
Or, 50 feet from the mud pit, I guess. He flew 60 feet up from the hole.
I got a question though. Is that a shield spell he is using?
No. It looks to be just he has this buckler that he's using.
All right. Level 2 magic missile. I'm gonna fire 4 missiles into him.
All right.
Does each separate missile constitute damage, or is it resolved as one spell? Because if each one is separate damage, that means he has to make a concentration roll for each missile.
For 4, yeah. I think it's all 1 damage because it's 1 spell. So, sorry.
All right. I'm still gonna shoot him.
Yeah.
So, okay, here we go. It's like, my goodness. Like I said, that's a very dangerous spell, Dory. I hope it die, but still, props to you. 1, 2, 3, 4 magic missiles.
All right.
Hold on, that's 5, 8, 10, 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage. Okay. Slamming up his back, and he winces, and let's see if he can hold on to it. Yeah, he holds on to concentration. All right.
Hold on, can I? No, I can't influence his luck. Only mine. All right.
Okie
Never
doke.
mind. And I'm gonna move away from Aspen so we're not standing next to each other.
Okay, cool. That is Aize's turn. Next up is Glum. Glum, you are prone in the mud, or effectively prone. Your head is in the mud, but yeah, you are prone.
Okay, I'll put both my hands up against the mud. Oh! It pops out, completely muddy face and eyes. And then I will look to see wherever I can see the action is.
Yeah, so looking around, you see Aize has just finished casting a magic missile straight up, and you look straight up and you see this bloated man clinging to the bottom of the ship, looking down at you all.
Oh, I can see him?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
All right, so pew pew pew, go for it. Make your 3 attacks.
As usual, I'm going by sharpshooter, so won't be surprised if I miss
Okay.
these. Here we go. 13,
No, that'll miss.
15,
That'll miss. Oh,
what? 19.
19 is the last one.
Yeah.
A 19 will hit.
18 points of damage.
Nice. And you'll make another concentration check. It just makes it. 11. All right, Glum. Anything else for you?
I turn to Aspen Thanks for not letting me die.
You're welcome.
That's it.
All right.
I think I got deleted from the initiative, Nathan.
You did?
Yeah, because my screen went completely black.
Oh, I know what happened. I'm terribly sorry.
It's okay.
There you go. I accidentally sent your token to the GM's lair. Aspen, you are up.
And I can see him, right?
Yes, you can.
All right, I'm gonna do to Eldritch Blast. I have to roll a 27 or a 28 to get a critical hit. So,
Great.
first one, 24.
That hits.
That is 9 points of force damage, and second one is 22.
That
Eight
hits.
more points.
All right, let me do the first
How-
concentration check. He rolled a natural 1, so he plummets. And that second hit, he takes another 8 points, and he plummets down into the mud, receiving 5d6 bludgeoning, so 13 points of bludgeoning damage, right into the mud. Okay.
Featherfall!
He's now lying there prone in the mud again. Okay. Anything else for you, Aspen?
How far away is he from me?
He is the distance you see out there on the map, so he is.
Okay, so
15 feet
I
away.
will move 15 feet towards him,
Okay.
and that is. Oh, and as my bonus action, I'm gonna convert one of my first levels into sorcery point.
Okay, cool.
And that is, yeah, that's my turn.
Okie doke. Sounds good. Let me see. Wow. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, he looks at you all, lying there in the mud.
This has been fun, but I think I'm done.
And he's going to cast Etherealness on himself.
Camera spell.
All right, this is a 7th level spell, so
Okay,
you need to
so-
roll a D 20 and add your charisma modifier, I believe. And I think you
Okay.
need to get a 17 or higher, I believe is how it works.
Okay, I'm using charisma, right?
Just straight charisma, so not charisma save. Like, you don't add your proficiency bonus. It's just a straight
Okay, so-
charisma roll.
Plus 5.
Wait, I'm confused. So it's +5.
Plus 5, yeah.
Okay.
You reach out trying to counter this ability that he uses as he kind of glares at you, looming over him, and he just smiles as his body becomes translucent.
Oh wait, I'm sorry, Nathan. One question:
Yeah.
Was that an ability check?
Yes. Let me. It's a good question. I think it is. This is counter spell. Counter spell. At higher levels. Okay. Make an ability check. That's correct.
I will use one of my sorcery points to use magical guidance to re-roll that.
Okay.
Oh,
No.
wow. Okay.
Come on, I mean, give me a net one.
Oh, look at
19
that.
plus 5.
24.
I told you you can't. I just look at him. You're not going anywhere.
And the etherealness fades. He's looking a little worried. That was his action. He will use his movement to stand up so he's not prone. And let me see. Does he have? Yeah. That is all he can do. Alright, that was Mr. Dory. Taking us to Rin. Rin, you see him down there on the ground, standing up out of the mud.
Still visible, so I could.
Oh yeah, he's definitely visible.
All
At
right.
this point, he
That's all I
definitely
need. That's all I need. And I totally forgot that I was given that pick me up from our. I don't remember her name. You know, our possessed friend. That's not. I mean, so if I could hit, then I'd like to remember to roll.
Oh yeah, you can roll a
Extra.
d6 to whatever. Yeah.
So
Well,
that is
hits. Yeah.
19.
Yes.
So what's the roll? What's the die I'm rolling?
Well, so that die is only to your attack roll, like. the one
I
you just
see. I see. Okay. Well, either
So-
way, that was a favored foe hit. Finally.
Ah, you get a D4 bonus.
So extra 4
Oof.
points of damage.
Yes.
Solid hit straight down into his collarbone, and he's looking real hurt.
If only up.
But
But
he
I-
raises that shield. You can add that d6.
Yeah. Adding that d6. Come on. 3.
So that'll take it to. I don't think that's enough. Yeah, it's only a 16.
Yeah.
So
16.
deflects it with the shield.
She before the end of her turn, she kind of like rubs Bert's feathers as if it's for good luck and sends him out. Just one last ditch effort.
All right, Bert,
Please.
dive bombs
Bert.
straight down as he's holding that shield, looking a bit confident
Yes.
for deflecting that arrow, and a 23 will hit. Go for it. Roll damage.
Come on, roll max damage.
9.
Carving into the back of his head. He's still standing. He's not looking good though.
Awesome.
All right. Anything else for you, Rin?
Just suck it. Just like from far away, you could barely hear it.
Up at the top of the ship. All right. Aize, you are up.
Such language, Ren. My goodness. All right. Time for you to suck it. Wow. I have. Well, he's not going to give up. Now that I think about it, he's probably under the control of the Whisperer. Although I'm starting to think that you are the Whisperer. So he has that shield thing up, huh?
I mean, he has a shield. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. I'll pick up my spell book and I'll flick. 3 magic missiles.
Okay, go for it. Roll that damage.
This is the last spell I have. Okay. The actual very last spell.
Come on, buddy.
Cast. Oh, sorry. I clicked the slot before I cast the spell. Sorry. Okay, I gotta do it
That's
the other
fine.
way. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's a good one. 11 points.
Wait!
He's looking really hurt. Okay, Glum. Or Aize, anything else for you?
Oh, you want me to wait? No. Glum, finish him. Or no, sorry, Aspen, finish him.
Well, it's Glum's turn.
Yes, it's Glum's turn. Glum, finish him.
You gonna surrender, loaded boy?
He is holding his shaky hands up, kind of goop dripping out of his mouth, arrow in his collarbone, and he starts nodding his head.
Yes, please, spare me, please.
I'm not sure if he can surrender. Can I read his mind?
Well.
Oh, wait, are we out of combat?
No, we're not out of combat. So,
All right, never
Glum,
mind.
this is your decision. What do you do?
I'm going to hold my action, and if I see his hands move,
Okay.
I'll shoot him, or obviously his body. But I want to say lips, because if he's going to talk, I'm not going to shoot him.
Okay. All right. So, Glum, you're holding your action. Aspen.
I am going to convert my last first level into sorcery points for my bonus action, and I'm gonna hold my action as well to see what he does, to see if he actually surrenders.
Okie doke. Then that takes us to his turn. He is kind of sitting there, hands shaky, like kind of starting to become a blubbery mess, just like,
Please. Thank you. Spare my life, please.
and let's see here. He you hear so Aspen, he looks at you, sort of like eyes like kind of like teary-eyed looking at you, and then he starts to speak. You recognize like arcane words. But he's still kind of looking at you like, and starts to say something like this arcane phrase.
Can I try to decipher it?
Sure. Make a quick Arcana check.
Okay.
And it's very, it's pretty quiet, so only Aspen, you're kind of catching exactly what he's saying.
10.
Let me see here. 10. You're not sure what spell, but he is casting a spell of some sort that has at least verbal components.
I call out to Aize. I think he's trying to run or something. He's muttering arcane words.
All right.
And
And
can I fire or no? I guess I don't
you're
know how
gonna
that
shoot?
works. Yeah, if I can.
Yeah. So, so this is tricky. Basically, what happened is he rolled a really high sleight of hand. I've let you all do this before to like try to cast a spell, but there is a verbal component, and Aspen's standing right there. So Aspen, you heard him doing this verbal component, but the somatic component he was able to kind of hide in his blubbering gestures that you didn't pick up on. Aspen, you call this out just as the spell is going off, and you start to see in that moment you kind of realize almost too late what happened. He cast invisibility as his skin starts to become translucent. But Glum, you have a chance here to strike him as he's going invisible. Go ahead, roll at disadvantage as the spell is taking hold.
Okay, I'm rolling with my regular non-sharpshooter for once.
Okay, go for it. So
Oh.
disadvantage.
16.
16. Deflects it as he starts to smile as he feels himself turning invisible, feeling like he's gonna get away. Let's see.
Huh?
Does my held action go up as well?
Yes.
Because I
would
plan
let
to.
you, yeah, I would say the same thing as Glum. So 12
Well,
miss.
that's my longsword. Sorry. That's
Oh,
my
okay.
running.
So you would have rolled whatever that 12 was.
I'm gonna drop.
A
I don't know if I
6.
can, but
Well, hold
Can
on,
I
hold
drop-
on, Aspen. Let's see if Glum hits.
okay.
No, hold on. I tell you the math.
Did you roll a 6? It looks like you rolled a 6.
It would have been, yeah, it would have been a 13.
13. So yeah, that misses.
Plus 1. Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness. So all the bolts go sailing past Mr. Dory and Aspen. Yeah, what do you do with your held action?
Can I drop my shield and two-hand my battle axe and try to attack him? Is
sure.
this at disadvantage?
At disadvantage, yeah, as he is disappearing.
Okay. All right.
An 18 just hits.
Yay!
It just hits.
All right. That's 18 points of 12 points of slashing damage.
Okay, so swinging it to straight at him, he is smiling at Glum. Glum, you just see the big bloated face, the lips curling back, revealing the kind of sunken in teeth, and then suddenly it all goes slack as a giant battle axe just slams into the side of his head. Aspen, you have him caught with your battle axe. What do you do?
No.
I mean, he is.
Alexa, I use.
He is dead.
Alexa. Oh, okay. If he's dead,
Oh, you looking at me? I yell out, I told you to finish him.
I did. He's dead. And I
He's
think
under
I
my
would like.
control of the Whisperer. There's no point in trying to take him alive. I tried to explain this. Aspen, I think he's done here.
And as you're having this
yanked
back
my-
and forth, as you're having this back and forth, the body is just like gone completely limp, and Aspen, you're feeling the full weight of the body starting to hang on the end of your battle axe.
Yeah, I kind of like use my boot to like kick him off as I like yank out my battle axe.
And he just flops onto the mud, completely limp.
Oh, I also get back healing. I get back 8 points.
There you go. And
Done, man, Capitan. Well struck.
and as he goes limp onto the ground, you kind of see the body sort of like splay out, almost like a jellyfish or something. That like all of the weight of his body sort of pushing all the flesh and muscle outwards, with all the liquid starting to seep out of him.
Look out for the worms.
And in that moment, as he lies there limp and dead, we're going to go on break as the water continues to pour down around you from the ship above. And there is... Oh, awesome. Let me send you... hold on, Aize. Keep holding that up. There we go. Wow. I love it. You got to do at some point... Oh, no. Oh, yes. Oh, my God. At some point, you have to do... I think Rin called it out. You have to draw Glum doing the, like, surfing down the hole, but then getting hit and...
The whole sequence.
All right, well... Thank you, everybody. We'll be back here shortly. We're going to take a 5 to 10 minute break, and we will see you very soon. Bye. Hi everybody, welcome back. Space is having some technical issues right now. Hopefully she'll be joining us soon. I think she had to restart her computer, so yeah, she's gonna be out for a little bit, but she's working on it. Cool. So, we're back. We just left off with Mr. Dory being slain by the group. You can see the bloated corpse of Mr. Dory sort of like sagging outwards as like kind of liquid is pouring out of him. Before I take y'all to the next moment, let me see here. Yes, is there anything real quick that you want to do as you're standing down here in the mud? Rin, you're up on the deck of the ship. You can see the corpse down there. You can see all your companions standing in the mud. Oh, actually, that reminds me. I definitely need Glum to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Incoming. Oh, I'm actually proficient, believe it or not. Here we go. 17.
Okay, you're fine. And let me check here. Yeah, okay, the rest of you are fine. All right, so you see everybody standing down there in the muck, Rin, from up above on the deck of the ship. The rest of you are down below, the corpse of Dory there at your feet. Rin, you are noticing kind of at the shoreline, there are like civilians that are kind of running up to the edge of the mud pit and looking at all of this, and you can see people like exchanging glances and kind of having like hushed, excited conversations. You see some individuals that are like running off into town through the streets, but that is all you see from up on the deck of the ship. The rest of you are down in the mud pit right now. It is very difficult to move through this sludge. It's like up to your, probably almost to your knees, Aize. So for you, Glum, it's like very much up to your waist.
That's on my neck.
Yeah, almost, yeah. So you are kind of like having to like wade through this muck. But those of you down in the muck, is there anything you want to do before we move on? Yeah, Aize.
Look out for worms. Sometimes the minions of TD have worms living inside them, and they pop out after they die. You remember, Rin? Nasty stuff. But otherwise, archive.
Oh, yes.
Did you catch that?
Sorry, did I catch the, I was distracted. What did I catch?
Oh, the fall and the death?
Oh, yes, I definitely did, yes.
Excellent. Then I will use archive to cast detect magic. It's a ritual casting, but I will use my, what is it? Features and traits. Order of scribes, so that it's not, oh, here, hang on.
All right.
Basically, I can do a ritual cast at regular casting time.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so the detect magic goes out. I'm checking something here, but interestingly, there is no magic radiating off of Mr. Dory. None of his items are magical. They seem to be all mundane. The staff seems to be very, like, intricately made, like, gnomish staff that allows it to have that shield, like, extend out of it, but it doesn't have any magic in it. It is all, like, mechanical, essentially.
All right, I'll lean over, being very cautious. I'm aware that he might be worm infested, and I search him.
You search him. Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
That'll be a 27.
27.
Mount Capitan has returned.
Ah, there she is. She's back. Okay, sorry, hold on. I am checking something. Going through his person, he just has the staff, the robes, and he has a coin purse on him. The coin purse has hold on. What does that work out to be? Yeah, the coin purse has has 4 platinum pieces in it, and that seems to be it at the moment. But nothing else on his person. However, as you do lean in and are going through his robes, hold on, let me find. This is something I need to find very quickly.
I'm just looking for clues for where his master is.
Oh yeah, totally. But indeed, as you are looking through, you pull back one of the robes to kind of where the coin purse was, and gingerly like pull back this like wet, damp robe and look in kind of by his waist and gently reach in towards that leather coin purse and like pull it out. And as you are pulling it out, you see movement up by his head, and as you look over, it is a bit too late as you see a black sort of flatworm like thing sort of like quickly dart out of the eye and slither right up towards you as it tries to latch onto your hand. I'm gonna roll an attack here. Okay. Here we go.
Miss.
An 18 to bite onto your hand.
Okay, bites me.
Okay, you're gonna take 1 point of piercing damage, but as it bites onto you, it quickly pushes itself up under your fingernail and into your skin, and you start to feel it writhing up your hand and into your arm, and you can see the flesh bulging as it's sort of writhing its way up your arm. Let me see here. I need you to do... go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Am I within 30 feet?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Aize, give herself a +3 because I'll use a reaction and use my Battlesmith Artificer skill that gives you a bonus to your saving throw.
I will re-roll that with the luck point.
Okay.
How much do I have? A +3?
+3.
Come on.
Well, plus your +2. So you get an additional +3, right? So that's a +5 total. So you got
14.
You only got an 11, right?
11.
11. Okay.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
Well, it's actually a 12.
Okay.
You gave me a +3.
It's a 12.
Yeah. Do I get any kind of bonus? Because I knew this was coming. I said look up.
That's true. You said you were being careful.
I
said you were being careful. Yes, you are right. You are right. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. I'll give you that. As a bonus. I already rolled the attack roll, so I'll give you advantage on this con save.
Okay.
So another con save at +5.
On.
Okay, so then that's an additional +3 to that, right? So
Yep.
that's a 15. Okay, Aize,
And by the way I describe this, because it's using his
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of intellect. I say, easy, don't let that happen.
All right, so Aize, you succeed on the saving throw. I kind of want to turn it over to you really quick to kind of, I'm curious, how do you imagine, like, you essentially are stopping this thing from getting into your body?
Which finger is it?
Well, are you left-handed or right-handed?
Right.
So it'd be your right hand, yeah. It'd be going up your right arm.
Oh, so it's already out. It's up in the arm now.
Yeah, so it's like kind of just under the skin, and you can feel like it's trying to burrow deeper in, right as you resist this.
Okay, I'm gonna cast a flame bolt at myself, targeting the point on my arm where it is.
Awesome. So very precisely, you just with your finger trace across this lump in your skin, and unfortunately the skin kind of peels apart from the blast, and the little worm inside is sizzled up and kind of pops out of your flesh and lands into the mud, wriggling, and then goes limp.
I do 13 points of damage to myself.
Okay. Well, you succeeded on the save, so I'll just say you take 6 points of fire damage from that.
Thank you.
Super cool way to dispose of that. But yeah, this little worm has flopped down onto the ground and is now unmoving. You can kind of see it's been a bit eviscerated by the flame bolt, but you can kind of see a little bit of its form. It's like very flat, and it has all this like almost like cilia that run along the edges of it that are still kind of twitching and moving. Cilia being, little like hairs, essentially, like tentacle-like hairs.
I point at Aerolith. Oh, sorry, I didn't interrupt.
But where the head probably was has been completely blown apart by your firebolt. Yeah, go ahead.
I thought if it was still alive, then maybe Aerolith's rider could scan it. This Gulig could mind probe.
Right. No, it is dead.
Did I mention the worms? Yeah. Ow.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, you can see Aize's hand is like dripping with blood where it went up under his fingernail, and it's just kind of dripping out there, Aize. It's very, very unpleasant.
All right, I'll take a vial and I'll scoop up that little worm, and
Okay.
I'll close the vial with an elbow.
Okay.
If you said there was some desks or something.
Yeah. So as you kind of wrap all of this up, you don't find anything else on Mr. Dory. All of you remember seeing upstairs in Mr. Dory's chamber, there was a desk that was covered in parchment, and there was like a box and and a small book. And with that in mind, I mean, yeah, Glum, did you want to do something?
Yeah, I'll search the box for traps.
Okay, so as Glum sort of toddles over back to the edge of the shore, all of you kind of going with Glum up to the top of the ship, unless one of you wants to stay out. But Glum, you
toss his cane to Glum.
Oh, okay, yeah, Glum. So it is essentially, it's just a shield, but it's just a cool little, it just has that little flink, but it's just a shield. It's just a normal shield. But Glum, you toddle up the crane and get back into the deck of the ship. You can see the water still dripping out of that hole, and right there next to it is the box, and you said you're going to search it for traps. You rolled two natural ones.
I got 2 ones.
You rolled 2 ones.
That's hilarious. Do
I
find any traps?
You don't find any traps. It looks completely fine as you're staring at it. Yeah, everything seems fine.
Well, then I'll try and open it because I'm confident there's no traps.
Okay. Are the rest of you gonna stay in the chamber with Glum?
I think I would be by the door because I want to start casting prayer of healing, and I need him to be a certain amount of feet of me,
cool,
so he can get healed.
Okay, and Aize, are you up in the ship with them, or did you want to stay?
Yes, I'll stay with the group, and I'll stay close to the captain.
Okay, cool. So the 3 of you,
Captain and Rin, because they're healers.
Cool. So 3 of you are below decks with Glum as he's grabbing this box and opening it. Rin, are you staying up top on the deck, or are you going to go down below decks with them as well?
Yeah, I don't think there'd be any reason Rin wouldn't be in the room as well.
Okay,
so
cool. So you're all
yeah.
gathered up there, Glum grabbing the box, looking at it, and as you pop it open, it suddenly the lid just goes boom and kind of springs open. You didn't realize there was like a little spring-loaded mechanism on this box as you undo the latch. And with 2 natural ones, Glum, your brain immediately goes to thinking that this is some awful trap, and you instinctually jerk back, and with all the slick water on the floor, you slip. All of you just see the box is fine. There's nothing in it. I mean, there's stuff in it, but there's no trap. But Glum, you slip backwards, landing on your back, and start to slide towards the open hole that Aize created with the patch. You all see Glum slipping down.
Again.
Glum, make a deck save for me.
I knew it. I knew I would die. Dex, here we go. 19.
And you manage to dig your heels in and stop just before going out the bottom of the ship again. But the box does not seem to be trapped. You can see it's kind of spilled out onto the table from Glum, kind of releasing it. And it does look like the box had like a little spring mechanism for opening it. And inside, it's kind of tipped over and spilling out. There appears to be a bunch of rubies that have spilled out onto the desk. There's also a small tattered book that you can see as it kind of flops out onto the desk. On the front of it, it has a symbol that all of you have become very familiar with, except for Glum. But you see the spiraling, chaotic twirl of Tharizdun on the front of this little book.
I'll pull another patch off and I'll take out the 50 feet of rope. And I'll make a lasso. Or I'll try to make a lasso with it.
Okay.
And I toss it to Glum. and I say, you might want to hold on to that. Just grab everything on his desk and bring it over here.
Okay. So I'll do that. I'll tie it around my waist and then go over to it.
Okay. You scoop everything up off the desk.
I hand the other end of rope to Rin.
Okay. On the desk, you find everything is kind of soggy at this point, but there's a soggy piece of parchment that has a message on it. There's the rubies. They are worth. So there's 6 of them. In total, they total up to 500 gold. Within a developer's case. Oh wow, they are each worth 500 gold pieces. So there are 6 of them. They're each worth 500 gold. There is that piece of parchment, and then there's the small book, and with a quick little flip through inside the book, there's another folded piece of like scrap parchment that has been tucked into the front cover. And going through all of this, you see that the one piece of parchment that was just out on the desk actually seems to be a message sent to Mr. Dory. He may have even been mid-reading it when all this went down. And that is written in Common. Reading through it... Yes, reading through it, you see it says, the catch indicates a disturbance beneath us. We cannot locate the cause, but fear they may be in the water near you. Praise Tharizdun. He rests and he awaits. The Whisperer anticipates renewed lantern ghost harvests. The young one must be fed. This is how you will serve us. The harvest must increase, for the young one grows in both size and appetite. Find someone to resume the lantern ghost's task and bring the candidate to the temple, where we shall appraise its worth. That is written in common. The small piece of parchment on the inside of the book is written in Abyssal. I don't know if anybody here speaks Abyssal. And the little book itself is also written in Abyssal. That is what you find on the desk.
No maps?
There are no maps. There's just this essentially journal written in Abyssal with the little note and then the message and the rubies.
If no one here speaks Abyssal, I can translate it with a comprehend language.
Okay. Do you have that on hand? Or you can ritually cast it?
Yeah, but let's not do it here.
Okay.
I recommend that we get out of here.
All right.
Everyone gets back 12 points of healing if you need it.
Excellent.
Excellent, Smithers.
I had a question. Mr. Dory was never known to be a bloated magic casting monster, right? He was just a
this is what you would know about Mr. Dory. I mean, he was not known to be a magic caster for sure. He was known to be ruthless, and he was also known within probably the past at least a year. There's been a lot of rumors circulating about him suffering from some sort of terrible health condition. And he hasn't really been seen in public that much. He only really shows up to key council meetings. And essentially there were rumors circulating that he was had some sort of skin condition where he kept developing boils and lesions. And that I guess that his health was going. So there were definitely rumors about that, but no, there was never any rumors about him being a magic user. That is very shocking.
Okay, I'll let the other players do stuff they want to do, and then if there's still citizens that are watching and talking and pointing and things, I want to approach them, but we can go back to the other players for now.
Okay, cool. Anybody else before we go to Glum?
Rin just mainly wants to talk to the other two, so whenever they're done with whatever's happening.
Okay.
Before we leave.
I'm done, and pretty much, I mean, we should.
Okay, so
but no clues as to where the temple is. Sorry, go ahead, Ren.
Yes. So assuming we just went through that, you talked about that there's things in Abysmal, so we can't read it quite yet. So I know I just got here, and I know he's obviously evil. Do we have to answer to anyone about what just happened here? Because we have a lot of witnesses now.
I think we will be long gone when people start asking questions. So let's just hurry up and get back to the ship. Yeah. I need a nap. I'm tired. I'm tapped for the day. I'm just, 1 hour, 8 hours, it's all the same. We gotta go.
Well, we did pre-arrange for a rendezvous with the ship, but not today. I'm thinking we're gonna rely on Glum to get us somewhere safe and quiet so we can rest up.
Like the people from YOLO?
What's
from where?
Isn't that where he's from? Anyways.
What is a YOLO?
You mean he's a YOLO gnome?
That's where he's from. I must have heard wrong. Anyways.
Probably. I speak Gnomish, but I don't know that word. I'll ask him after we get the hell out of here. Erlich, don't run away.
I can't believe you. I can't believe y'all hear anything past. I'm gonna die. That's all I hear when I hear Glum speak.
He doesn't say that. He says, "I'm gonna die."
Yeah.
Also, I know. I don't know if Glum has completely left the ship, but I want to try to catch him before we leave. Kind of addressing his dog. Are we leaving the remaining? Or I don't know how it works with these robotic-looking animals.
I have his heart here. I can rebuild him whenever I want.
Okay. So whatever you say. And that's it for Rin.
Okay, cool. Excellent. So you all at this point have gathered everything up and are kind of having this conversation as you're going up to the deck of the ship and starting to head towards the crane. You see there are, Glum, indeed, there are lots of individuals below, like looking up wide-eyed at this. And interestingly enough, though, you don't actually see any guards anywhere around or any militia. Despite, probably having to take at least like 3 to 5 minutes below deck to kind of get everything together, go up and down the crane and all that. You don't see any guards yet, but Glum, you wanted to do something as you're all getting ready to leave?
Yeah, I want to walk up to those people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
I said, Mr. Dory was a monster, a spellcasting monster, and he employed monsters. Check out the ship. Look at all the bodies. Those were his minions.
There's lots of like gasps and hushed talk around the crowd.
Hey, enough of that hush talk. You guys around the crowd.
Let's see. I want to look really quick.
Say, come with me.
Yeah.
I'll show you.
So yeah, a bunch of the a bunch of the individuals of the crowd kind of lean out and are like, what? Like everybody looks like very frightened of all of you. They're kind of like giving you some space, but somebody like leans out and is like, "What are you talking about, monsters? There's 4 dead people out here!" This little gnome kind of poking up from the crowd and gesturing at the dead guards, the human guards that are just laying on the ground. And somebody else in the crowd goes, "Yeah, that was my brother!" And so somebody else in the crowd kind of shouting out, "Yeah, they're murderers! We should get the militia! Why aren't they coming?" But Glum, you want to try to convince some individuals to go up top with you?
I say, that's just collateral damage.
There's no laughs in the crowd.
And then I'll try and persuade.
Yeah, make a persuasion roll.
Persuade the others. Let's see. I believe I have an 8 charisma. Let's find out. I do. I love it. All right, here we go. Persuasion.
Wow,
I got a 19.
So that's with a -1. Wait, did you?
So for some reason
did you
I
roll
have
a natural 20? Oh no, you just rolled a straight 19.
Yeah, well, I don't know why it didn't. Persuasion says 0 instead of -1, so it's an 18.
Okay.
I don't know why it didn't come up as 18.
Well, it might be an artificer thing.
Maybe. Yeah.
At this level, you might have something. But anyways, regardless, 18 is still really good. Everybody seems to kind of calm down a little, and you see a couple of individuals step out from the crowd who... Oh, actually, yeah, specifically... Hold on. You see... Hold on. I'm trying to... There's an NPC that would be doing this. You see this kind of middle-aged, frumpy woman stepping out. You all, those of you that were keeping an eye on the warehouse, you recognize her. She was here at the very beginning this morning. She was talking to the guards. But she has this, like, just scowl and, like, just utter frustration that is just embedded on her face as she comes walking up to all of you. She has a big like ledger in her hand, and she kind of places her hand on her big hips and looks at you all, and it's just like, "Oh God, what kind of mess did you all create for me? All right, you say there's monsters up there. This is gonna be a huge pain in my ass to work all this out. And you killed my employer. You," and she points down at you, Glum, and comes stomping right up to you, looming over you. "You take me up there right now and you show me what you're talking about." And she doesn't seem to be like afraid of any of you. Okay. So Glum, you're gonna take her up the crane?
That's what I want to do.
Okay. She comes huffing and puffing up behind you, up the ladder to the top of the crane, across the little catwalk. She seems very determined, like not very afraid of being this high up, and is just kind of stomping across the deck, kind of huffing with each stomp. She comes down into the deck of the ship, and Glum, you point out all of these strange squid creatures lying dead on the deck. The big lobster figure. She kind of scrunches her nose up. Oh, gods. You know, I knew... She kind of looks down at you, Glum. I knew there was something bad about him, but he was paying real well. I just looked the other way.
Well, now you know. We didn't do something bad here.
Yeah, well, there's still something to be determined here. Why are those bloody guards? And she comes, she kind of comes up onto the deck and looks over all of you. Don't be going anywhere until the guards arrive. I know they'll be here any moment. Now, don't make me, look, this book will hurt real bad if I smack you with it. Hey, you there? And she points at you, you say, you look like you could be pushed over with a sneeze, so I'm keeping my eye on you. She kind of just crosses her arms with her book in her arm and eyeballs all of you, just like standing there stubbornly, waiting until if any authorities show up. But what do you all do? She's just this kind of frumpy middle-aged woman with kind of like frizzy, dark salt and pepper hair sticking out from her head.
What is her name exactly?
She didn't say.
I will kind of just like walk over towards her. Hi, I'm sorry we had to meet like this. What is your name?
She kind of glares at you. Miss Chumwell.
Miss Chumwell. Well, I mean, you could just let us go and you can act like none of this happened. We kind of did a great service because now you can just take over your boss's position and you run this. You can run this.
Sure, but what am I going to explain to the authorities when they show up? And she kind of looks across the way, like across the harbor, and kind of raises an eyebrow and kind of nods. And you can all see across the harbor, a good ways off, but there is what looks to be like a small squad of guards sort of briskly jogging through the streets in the direction of the warehouse. And she looks back. I mean, I could be persuaded.
I toss her the bag I throw her the bag of rubies.
All 6 of them?
Wow.
Okay. She catches it. Yeah, go on your way.
All right.
All right, that was... So each of those was worth 500 gold each, and there were 6 of them. So,
yep.
Wow. Rich.
She is...
Enjoy your retirement!
She is beyond rich.
She's the winner of the campaign.
Yeah, you all can leave. There's no persuasion roll necessary with that. She just immediately...
I just high five Ayuze as we leave.
And she leans over the railing of the crane as you're all like scurrying down the ladder and leaving, and looks over the crowd. There was a terrible accident here, and we didn't see any of these fine folk coming around. It seems that the hull of Mr. Dory's ship was in poor repair, and it fell out, and he fell to his death. And he seemed to be having some great conspiracy. So that's what's happened here. Now remember that as you all are scurrying off past the crowd, people kind of looking confused as you leave, but they seem to respect Miss Chumwell as she's calling out over the crowd.
Bye, everybody. Have a nice day.
I'm sure she'll distribute that money amongst the guards appropriately. Or not. Doesn't matter. We're out of here.
All right. Where are
I
you all
just
going?
shout out, sorry about your brother. That's really...
Oh my goodness.
Devil child, what the hell?
So. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go
Go
ahead.
ahead. I was gonna say I just look at Ayuze and I just like my eyes go wide and I shrug.
My only question is that I am sure you're not sorry.
Not at all.
Glum, can you get us somewhere safe until we
Yeah,
get back to the ship.
I'll take him back to my place.
Okay. How are you guys just going straight there? Are you like doing anything to get there?
I mean, if I don't sense or see anybody kind of watching us, then I'll just go straight there.
Okay, make perception roll.
All right. Come on. Only a 10.
10. You glance around the crowd as you all scurry away into the nearby alleys, and as you disappear out of sight, glance over your shoulder one more time, and you don't see anyone watching you as you leave.
Yeah. All right. Then we will go to my place.
Okay. You all go deeper within the Alchemist District and eventually end up at Glum's small little abode, and have to crawl inside to get into his home. You all now sit there in Glum's kind of, I believe it was a kind of messy little home with the big workbench.
Yeah, it's very messy.
Very messy little home with the big workbench and the one bed off in the corner, a small little eating area, and you are here. What would you all like to do?
As whatever we do, I'll start rebuilding Scott. It's basically after a long rest, so
A long rest. Okay, so you are...
my prep for the long rest, yeah.
Yeah, so you are prepping it. You are getting started with it. Can you take a long rest and rebuild him, or do you have to do one or the other?
So it's technically just says after a long rest you can do it. So I'm just kind of
okay, cool.
flourishing the action.
Love it. Yeah, so what would you like to do?
I check. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'll open up archive and I'll check the progress on my spells of the 5th order and see if I can complete it. And if not, I'm just gonna take a long rest.
What was that one again? Is this a... Sorry, was this...
I'm trying to be a subtle way of asking, did I level up?
Oh! Well, once you take a long rest, you will level up, but you have not taken a long rest yet.
All right. Then I will take a long rest. I said, I'm going to snooze and meditate for a bit. I'm completely dry.
Okay. So
one thing, and I'm gonna need some resting after I wake up as well.
Okay. So you curl up in a corner in Glum's room and get ready to bed down for the day. It is like still morning. It's probably only 8 in the morning. This all happened very early in the morning when you arrived in town. Anybody else gonna do anything?
Yeah, I think I will follow Ise's lead and find a corner to sleep in. I need a nap.
Okay. Rin?
Yeah, I can't think that much else to do. Just rinses the mud off her boots and then try. I guess we're just all sleeping in corners.
Okay. Cool. Aize, were you gonna translate those documents, or are you gonna wait to do that?
Actually, I don't need to rest for that. I'll do the ritual casting for comprehend languages, and then I'll translate the documents. I will write them out in common, and also replace the word Tharizdun with TD exclamation mark, and then just leave that out so anyone can read it.
Okay, cool. Going through the book as you finish reading, casting the spell and reading through the book. The book just appears to be a series of prayers to Tharizdun, and it's all handwritten. It seems to be, this was not like something that was purchased by any means. This was like little handcrafted journal, and it's just filled with these prayers to Tharizdun and kind of speaking of the new world that is to come and having this new image being shaped before the presence of Tharizdun coming into the world. The little piece of scrap paper, though, as you pull that out and start to read through that, it says in a different piece of handwriting, it says, "This book contains all the invocations and prayers you'll need to learn the truth, Mr. Dory. The dark god's faithful are wary of new converts, but learn the words and they should accept you soon enough. Seek their pulpit in the evening shadow of the frother's lamp. Praise Tharizdun."
Does that make sense to me? The
You
last
said the frother's lamp?
Yes,
Yeah.
the
Don't know what
frother's
that is.
lamp. Yeah, Glum.
I do.
You have heard of the frother's lamp.
I have heard of the frother's lamp.
The frother's lamp is the is one of the oldest structures in the city, but it is decommissioned. It is the decommissioned stone lighthouse that protrudes up out of the kind of center of the city, closer to the coast. That is in the center of the low quarter. So on our map, it is located here. I don't know if you all saw that.
Could you ping again, please?
Yeah, hold on. Let me actually draw it in a brighter color because it's not very bright, the color I used. Here. It is here. I just drew on the map a little X.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's inland. Okay.
Well, no, it's out towards the coast. So north on this map is out towards the water.
All right. I just want to know if the lighthouse is on the water.
Oh, no, yeah, it is in the center of this island.
Okay.
Or more or less center.
It is inland. Okay.
Yeah. So I show them. I say it's a decommissioned lighthouse. Sounds like that's our next lead.
And I mean, even looking out of Glum's window, you can see the kind of looming structure of this lighthouse poking up above the tangled mess of the skies.
Do you see that looming structure pointing out amongst the tangled mess of the something that it was just said?
So that is where we have to go. I said it says at evening, so we should take a rest now and then, start our journey there.
Okay. Okay, excellent. You all are going to take a long rest. Okay. As you exhausted collapse in Glum's home and slowly let the weight of the day wash over you and eventually drift off into sleep or just restful state, the 8 hours go by without issue. It seems that no one noticed you leave or no one followed you back to Glum's. You all can take a long rest, and indeed, you all level up to level 9.
Yay!
Woo!
I wake up and I say, "I'm the strongest gnome in the world."
Who here? I'm trying to remember. Who here is rolling for hit points?
I am.
You are, okay. Is anybody else? Aspen?
Me too.
Cool, okay.
Yes.
Rin, were you rolling for hit points? I think Aize, you're doing average, right?
Yeah, I don't think I can't figure out how to roll.
Yeah, it's possible on roll on D&D Beyond. It's just kind of it's a little tricky. You want to roll, Rin?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, well let's do that real quick. Let's roll for hit points. Let's start with Glum, if you don't mind.
Here we go. 7 points out of 8.
Nice.
I told you I was the strongest gnome in the world.
All right, Rin, you're next.
I'm assuming if it's gonna show everywhere else. But I clicked through it to roll 6.
Hey.
Nice. Okay, excellent. And Aspen, if you don't mind.
I'm sorry, quick question. 8 is over with, right? So we don't have the hit point maximum anymore?
Oh,
Okay.
right. Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
Okay, I'm rolling a d6.
There you go.
Okay, I got it too.
Indeed, you did. All right.
I
Awesome.
got 6. I'm up to 56.
Cool. Very cool. Oh, did you roll then?
I just hit 9
Uh-huh.
and then just clicked on the arrow until it moved. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know. It might be rolling, but I don't know.
Well, so you probably have it set up where it automatically does the average. So for wizards, it would be d6. So you should only get like 3 hit points plus your con, whatever your con modifier is. So
my con is 2.
okay, yeah. So you would have gotten 5 hit points.
So I went, okay, I was at 51, so I went to 56.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. There you go. Yeah. There is a way to roll, but I think this deep into it, it would kind of be a pain to like go back. I don't know. We could talk about it off stream if you want, if you want to figure it out. But yeah.
Okay.
I
think I already told you what my 5th level spells were.
Yes. Yeah.
After some consideration.
Yeah, it's up to you if you want to share or not. I guess if you're sharing with the group, then go for it. Yeah.
In the morning, I do say, after some consideration, I had considered learning the very dangerous spell, Conjure Elemental. But if I lose control of the elemental, it will probably, it will try to murder me and a lot of you, as I think I've mentioned before. So I'm thinking maybe I'll be more responsible and not choose that. But there's a problem. I want to conjure an elemental. So look out.
Tell us all.
Very cool.
I apologize in advance if one of them murders you. Okay?
I mean, if you don't fireball me to death first.
I didn't know you were there. You do this invisible thing.
Well,
When you go invisible, you know where the safest place to go is? Standing next to me. All right?
I'll remember that.
As you're having this conversation, it is like basically, let's see. Yeah, the sun is setting. Yeah, the sun is setting. So, because you've taken 8 hours, so it's not quite morning because you started your day so early. So you can see the sun setting outside, and it is kind of got that really deep orange red hue in the sky from all of the pollution in the air. But anybody else as you're kind of gearing up here after taking your long rest?
No, I mean, it'll take me a little bit because I have to level up myself and Rin.
Yeah, same thing. Like at the same time of that spell announcement, it's like, and I will make a decision in due time.
Well,
two things. Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry.
You go first.
Morning ritual, water breathing on everyone. Then I need to take a short rest because I'm loading. My ring of spell storing is empty, and I have to reload it.
Okay.
I presume I have to cast a spell into the ring, so to get that spell slot back, I have to rest.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm taking a short rest.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Excellent. Does anybody else? And yeah, actually, so what I was going to suggest was, because I know y'all just leveled up, and if you don't have everything ready, I totally get it, because it's kind of a lot. So we are at 8:30 here. So I think what we should do is we can do some role play here if y'all want. We could even maybe start whatever's next if you guys want to go somewhere in the city. Like if you want to go investigate the Frother's lamp, we could start that. And just kind of go as far as we can, and then I'll just stop us if we encounter something, right? But we'll assume that when we start next session, you will have whatever you want to have with your level up. So yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna open it up to all of you. If you want to push forward and go to Frother's Lamp now, we can totally do that. And then, like I said, I'll just stop the show once we hit an encounter. But otherwise, we could just do role play. So, and if you don't want to do role play, we can just end the show early.
Well, I don't want to hog the time, but I do have a role play I want to do.
Okay,
but
cool.
I just got a dream spell and I want to cast it.
Oh, okay, cool, cool. Anybody else?
Yes, I am ready now. I have a lot more healing spells.
Oh, cool.
So.
Excellent.
I mean, if the group wants to go check out that
I'm
place,
in no rush, so go ahead.
Okay, yeah, if nobody else has anything, we can start with you, Ayize. If you want to... So wait, so you want to cast Dream, like, right now? Oh, you're muted.
I'm going to be asleep for 8 hours, and I'm going to contact someone in their dreams.
Very cool. Okay. Tell me what happens. What are you doing?
All right. I will archive, make a little drawing of Sherm.
Oh, all right. Yes, I got it.
And I visualize Sherm. I'm very familiar with Sherm. And then I will sleep with archive in my hand and my hand over Sherm. The picture of Sherm.
Oh my God.
Using a dream spell to contact my little lobster friend.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. I've never done Dream. This is super cool. What happens? Like, do you just automatically contact them? Do they have to like make a save or something?
There's a display in VTT. Oh my God, that's a lot of text.
Yeah, it's a lot. So I'm gonna need help here.
All right. Choose a creature known to you, the target of the spell. The target must be in the same plane of existence. Yes. Creatures that don't. Yeah. It doesn't work on anything that can't sleep, so it don't. And I choose a messenger. I choose myself.
Okay.
Enter a trance state. When in the trance, the messenger is aware, blah, blah, blah. Can't take actions or move. If the target is asleep, the messenger appears in the target's dreams and can converse
Very cool.
with the target as long as it remains asleep, though through the duration of the spell. The messenger can also shape the environment of the dream, creating landscapes, objects, and other images.
Very cool.
Now, the nastier version, you can do nightmares, but I'm not doing nightmares because Sharon is my adorable little lobster.
Yeah.
So I will create an idyllic undersea landscape filled with all his favorite seaweed and food and fish. And I'll be swimming along and reaching him, hoping, and actually, I don't know if lobsters sleep, but
yeah. God. Okay, Google. What do we got? Do lobsters sleep? You can put a lobster to sleep by putting it on their head. What? The lobster sleeps in crevices. Okay, sure. I'm gonna go with yes, that lobsters sleep, or they have something resembling sleep. So yeah, this is so interesting because you all are taking this rest in the middle of the day, but you cast this spell, and when you're dreaming, you don't really have a sense of passage of time. But you're actively doing this spell. So I'm kind of curious how this might be from your perspective. I guess if you were casting a spell, you suddenly start forming this landscape. You're essentially lucid dreaming, and you're creating this wonderful underwater landscape for Shern. At the beginning of your rest. And Ayize, like, hours go by of you hanging out in this landscape. And then eventually there's this sensation of another presence and kind of this pull at your chest, like something has just suddenly like pulled your consciousness in a direction. And you feel yourself kind of getting pulled and looking in that direction across this landscape. What does it look like? Is it just kind of like rolling like dunes with seaweed?
Yeah.
Yeah. So these like rolling dunes with this like sea grasses gently drifting in the waves. There's kind of the glinting light of the sun above casting across this sandy landscape. And as you are pulled in this direction, Aize, you look and you can see a small little shape of a lobster just gently swimming through the water with its kind of tail, swimming backwards as lobsters do, just sort of like whoop, 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 and then gently drifting down to the sandy bottom towards like a cluster of rocks that you've created with like little fish swimming around it.
I say, Sherm!
The lobster sort of settles on the sand and looks up towards you, the claws kind of going up. And this is a dream, so you hear the voice actually coming from Shern as opposed to it like emanating in your head. And you see the little antenna like moving as Shern speaks. Oh, Aize, oh my, wow, this is wonderful. Where'd you go?
You're dreaming, Sherm, and I'm sort of reaching you through your dreams.
Oh,
Sherm, are you all right?
What's a dream?
Don't worry about it. I just want to know, are you okay? Are you all right?
Well, this is wonderful. Look at this wonderful place. This is way better than where I was before.
Where were you before?
I was dark and I was in that pot, but I couldn't get out of the pot. It was like closed. I couldn't really get out. Every once in a while, it opens up and there's that lady is there, and she does give me some good yummies that I like. So that's okay. But
She's feeding you?
oh yeah, and she's asking me lots of questions. She wants to know where that thing is that I told you about. And I think we're going somewhere because it's kind of like when we're on the big wooden tub that you took me on, and it kind of moves all the time. It feels like that. So I think we might be going somewhere.
But you're okay. That's what's important.
Yeah, I mean, it could be better. Like, it's dark a lot of the time.
Don't you worry, Sherm, I'm coming for you. I'm going to get you out of that pot.
But you're here.
Not really, but
I don't understand.
We're coming for you.
But it's already such a better place. This is great. It's gonna be this way forever, right?
No, but I'll leave it running for now.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna look. There's all this rotten fish over here I love to eat so much. There's more over there. Wow, it's like I keep looking and more of it just appears. Oh my god.
Yeah,
look at this. And he just starts going and shoveling rotten fish into his mouth, a little like feeder mouth.
Okay. I'll keep him company, and I don't want to take up too much time. I just wanted to make sure he was alive and okay, and that Zandros wasn't torturing him or anything.
Yeah, he seems like he's good.
Okay, and we knew that she's at the Thayer Embassy. That was the last place she was at. Mm-hmm. Thayer? Wait a minute, I know that word.
Yeah, Thay.
The Thayers. There. Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, your country in particular definitely has some.
About the Thayer. The Thayer are. Okay. Not all Thayer are bad though. I heard that there's a really nice Thayer paladin. But the rest of them are trash.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll keep Sherm company for the duration of the dream spell, and I keep him happy during the dream, and then I'll wake up, and I'll announce, and I'll say, Sherm is alive and well, and locked in that pot, and she won't open it except to feed him. Disgraceful. Just thought I'd let you know.
How do you
Good
know
old
that?
Sherm.
What was that, Aspen?
I was asking Aize how he knew Sherm was alive.
Oh, I just explained the dream spell.
Oh, that's neat. We gotta get him back though. I miss him.
Well, I'm going to send a dream to Zandros next.
Okay.
But not tonight.
Cool. Awesome. Anyone else have any little scenes they want to do?
Nothing, but just from what Ayuse said. So was Sherm also in the group? I'm kind of unclear on who this friend. Ayuse, if you want to clarify, because Rin has not crossed paths.
Oh, Shern. Shern was the lobster that we found in the Sahagin lair when we went down there. He was a little sapient lobster that radiated happiness or feel good, and for lack of a better term, it's telepathic. Shern was according to his tale, he was a normal lobster, non-sapient, who wandered into an area on deep in the ocean where the presence of magical artifacts, one of which I am very much interested in, but possibility that there's other stuff down there. The magical radiation changed him and evolved him, and he became curious, and he left that place to satisfy his curiosity about the world, and that is when the Salgin came upon him, and rather than eat him out of hand, they found him as a curiosity and kept him in their prison. Presumably to use him for gladiatorial combat, but then they decided no, he's useless for that. I'm not sure why they didn't kill him, actually. Probably because he feels good. Has the ability, they kept him as like I don't know, a pet. Anyhow, we rescued him, and I've kept him with me on the ship in a little pot. Well, I was trying to find something less like a pot, but Aspen kept replacing them because she likes seeing him in a pot. And so, because she's a devil child. And so,
Normally I disagree, but factually.
I mean, I just wanted him to know what a steam bath felt like, okay? I was just trying to do my own experiments, as like you, but you kept stopping me.
Anyhow, I told you last time, Zendra stole him.
They're your lady friend who.
Yes, you absconded with him.
Yes.
Making friends with a lobster sounds kind of shellfish.
Oh, dear gods above. You are going to hell.
I don't. No, don't send him there. I just look at Glum and I'm just like, I don't think you would last down there at all. They'd probably send you back, to be honest.
Probably.
Yeah.
Anyhow, Rin, that's the story of Sharon.
I'm so sorry that you were separated, but I'm sure we'll find him very soon.
Well, I think Glun or someone who got information that she's Captain Zedros is in the Thayer embassy here in this city. I don't know if you're familiar with the Thayer, but they're not good people as a general rule.
Yeah.
They're like what is the term again? Red wizards, I think. And they're just no. If Zendros is mixed up with them. Anyhow, one thing at a time. I wonder if they're mixed up with their student. Oh, I said his name. Shit. Oh shit! I said shit.
You said the S word.
Nathan, what time is it at this point?
So with your rest and with Ayuse taking, I think it was an hour to prepare, it is 5 o'clock in the evening. The sun is very low in the sky. Let me see where it's like about to set, actually. Yeah.
You did say your friend was somewhere in the city, right? Maybe you could talk to.
Yeah, so I'm not sure
Is
how.
she?
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, she couldn't help us with the aboleth, or probably not with that creature that we're trying to hunt down. But she'll have other information about the city. I had a friend that was framed for murder as a serial killer, and I think she's the only one that I could trust with that. But that's another story.
I'm sorry, serial killer? That that's very big.
Yeah.
Why would
You
okay,
brought in bigger problems apparently.
that's true. I can't even disagree with that. So when can we talk to her right now, or is she like on her way home or something?
What time is it? What would I know?
So it is 5 o'clock in the evening because y'all took your rest in the morning. And are you referring to the guard?
Yeah, the girl I'd have to look her up on the
Yeah.
like.
She I mean, she might be working at the place where she works, at the
Okay.
barracks.
Okay.
Let me see, or the garrison, the district garrison, I think is where she works.
Well, we could poke around the garrison.
Let me see. Yeah, I'm trying to find her here. Yeah, Constable Jute. Yeah.
Yes, that's yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. I mean, for some opportunity for roleplay before we head to the lighthouse.
Okay. Sure. Let me read this really quick. Yeah, okay, so you want to go to the district garrison. Okay, cool. That is a little ways off. Let me see here. Okay. District garrison. Yeah, okay. So you're going to have to cut all the way around the city, heading back to the kind of main municipal area. You go past the kind of city hall and some of the other buildings that are more refined in this area of the city. You also, I think I've mentioned before, another notable building as you move through the streets of this area is this tower that kind of rises up right about here on the map. But as you go past and cut over some bridges across the sludge as the sun is setting below the horizon on the west, you see up ahead the garrison, which is this sort of like cross of a building, but it is very utilitarian and big, heavy stone building that's kind of built like a big cross. If you were to look at it from above, has very tiny windows kind of further up at the tops of the structure with big iron bars on them. And at one end of one of these crosses, there appears to be an entryway that leads into kind of a reception area. So what do you want to do? You want to just head in, Glum, with the party?
I think maybe I suggest that they wait like around the corner.
Okay.
I'll look for.
So you're just gonna go in by yourself? Okay. Okay, now keep in mind, just real quick, that you've attempted to speak with her before, and you've been kind of, you've had a hard time getting in touch with her. She seems to be sort of like
But she gets called away.
Huh?
She gets called away.
She gets pulled away. Correct. Yeah. Correct.
I mean, I suppose I could send someone else. In which case I will. I'll go ahead and I say someone's conspiring against me whenever I try and talk to Jude. she gets pulled away. But I can tell you what she looks like, Aspen. You can try and bring her over here.
Okay. Do I say that you need to speak to her, or just make something up?
I think you can probably get her to come without telling her that I'm there.
Okay.
You can't miss her. She has 2 arms and 2 legs and some hair.
Very helpful.
Well,
Thank you.
that's not helpful at all. I have 2 arms and 2 legs. So does Ayuze.
Cute.
So does Ren.
Oh, never mind.
If you
And I give a proper description.
Okay, yeah. Glum describes Jute as being a kind of a scrawny young woman. She has a little bit of a kind of a hunchback, just kind of really poor posture, and which kind of makes her look a little awkward because she tends to wear, she's an officer essentially, and she has pretty big bulky armor and uniform on.
Then I will walk in and try to spot her.
Okie dokie. Let me see here. So you're gonna, yeah, Rin?
I was just gonna suggest. I'm not sure how complex we want to do this, of how hard it's been for you, Glum, to get in contact with her. But I could try to send Bert to spy in the windows using beast sense and see if I could spot her.
Not a bad idea.
Especially because all the windows. So I'm assuming I get the more detailed description.
Okay, yeah. So you want to send Bert up and landing on one of the windows looking into the entryway. Bert, using beast sense, I'm assuming that's a spell, so mark that off as Bert looks through. You look through Bert's eyes, kind of peering into the interior of this space. You can see there are guards that are currently moving around and lighting all of the lamps in the kind of reception area, and it is kind of this like wide hallway with very plain like wooden benches to the left and right, and it all kind of goes up to what looks to be like a big sort of like wooden walled deck.
I'm not sure if it's just my microphone, but now the
Yeah, Nathan, I didn't catch that. I heard deck.
How many decks is that? 5?
How about now?
Yes.
Yeah,
no,
you're good now.
Okay, so lobby with simple benches to the left and right, and at the back side there is a reception area that is essentially like a walled off area with a counter, and there's like bars separating the people behind the desk from the people out in the room, and then there's a big heavy duty door that leads further into the building. But you're looking for Jute. Let me see here. Yeah, you can see as you're looking through Bert's eyes that currently behind those bars, there's a couple people in this room that are kind of sitting on benches to the left and right. But behind those bars, you see a woman matching this description. She's very scrawny, kind of like almost like poking out of her armor with her like skinny neck and arms, and sort of has this bad posture, but she's looking up at another individual, another guard. There's 2 guards in front of her. They both, one man, one woman, and she seems to be kind of like frantically having a conversation with them back and forth about something, sort of away from the desk, trying to talk in like hushed tones.
This is kind of pushing it, but is there any chance that he would be able to pop open the window? I don't know how it works, if it's just traditional.
Yeah, so these windows, they're open to the air. They just have thick bars on them. So Bert is small enough he could probably squeeze through, or he can squeeze through. But then there will be a falcon inside the building that people might take notice of. But you're welcome to try to quietly do that.
I just need him to be able to at least stick his head in, just to hear.
He can stick his head in. I mean, yeah.
It'll be odd looking, but it's not the weirdest.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So you just want Bert to like stick his head through the bars and like crane his neck so you can try to hear what they're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, make a perception roll. I think you use Bert's stats for the
Yeah, I
perception
was
roll.
gonna say, I'm not sure, but I feel like it'd be Bert's.
Yeah. Nice, 17, okay. You hear them very faintly. You can make out what they're saying, and she is... Yeah. She's talking to these two guards and going, "Look, I know you were under Mr. Dory's payroll, but he's out of the picture now. We need to rethink things. I'm sure that you'll still get your regular pay, and we can make this work for all of us. Do you understand? If you continue to try to cover up anything that he was keeping you from saying, things are going to be a lot worse for us. So please just come forward with any information you have about him, who may have been behind this. We regardless, we still need to do our jobs. Yes, it seems that he was involved with some shady business, but he was murdered, and whoever did it, no one is speaking up about it. Everyone's been tight-lipped about it, so please, if you have any information about who Mr. Dory was working with, we could use it right now." And that's kind of what you're getting from this conversation.
As much as I'd like to milk this, I'm going to be a bit realistic and just have Bert fly back, and Rin's going to come out of that sort of like glossed over eyes trance and explain what she saw and heard. So that information's for everyone now.
Okay.
Okay, so the constable was the one saying that to the other two guards, or was it one of the guards?
It was the constable saying that. So it's the woman that Glum is looking for.
I just turned to Glum. Are you sure we can trust her?
Based on what I just heard?
That's entirely up to you.
Maybe not. Really, you should know better than to trust anyone. I'm an idiot.
I mean, we just don't have to let anyone know. Remember, he fell in that terrible pit accident? So it's, we just have to be careful.
We can talk to her anyway.
Yeah, I can still try to bring her out here if you want me to.
Yeah. We just shouldn't trust her as much as I thought.
Okay, so Aspen, do you want to go in and try to convince her to come out?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna make a scene.
Yeah, what's your strategy here? How do you want to try to get her?
I will, before I even go that way, I will cast guidance on myself, and kind of walking past the window, I kind of hype myself up, and I'm like, okay, you got this, and then I think I run through the door. And I'm just like, oh my God, I can't find my child. I need help. Someone help me, please. And I just look at, I'm like, wait, are you the constable? Please, I need your help. I can't find my child. And I will like literally fall to my knees in front of her. I'm just like, please, it's been hours. And
okay. Go ahead and roll a deception roll.
I will roll my D4 first. Let's see. Okay, 4.
Nice.
And Deception, please. 13?
13? Wasn't that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 13. Okay. She looks down at you, and kind of opens the door to come out to be with you, but she kind of gestures to the two guards who follow in behind her. And as they come through, they like close the door behind them, and she kind of leans down to get at your eye level. Look, just calm down. Where did you last see them?
We were walking. We were walking by. Oh fuck.
You could just say it's fine. Yeah, you could say we were walking by
we were
an
like,
area.
we were walking by like some kind of shoreline, and I turned around for 1 second, and I don't know what happened.
All right. Yes. Just give me a moment. And she turns to the guards. All right. You come with me. I need you to please just contact Thornwell, and she'll be able to provide us with some resources for this. We just need to find out who is behind this and get to the bottom of this. Please contact her now. All right, you come with me. And she brings the other guard with her, and we will end tonight's session there as her and an additional guard follow Aspen out the front door as Aspen is talking with her about her missing child. And we will see what happens next time as Constable Jute is being led along with Aspen. We can see the rest of the party kind of huddled around a corner watching this from afar. All right, well, thank you everybody for joining us this evening. Excited to see what all of you are going to bring to the table now that you've leveled up. It sounds like Aize is bringing some elemental chaos, so that'll be fun. Anything before we end the show? Oh yeah, Eric, did you want to plug your TikTok?
Yeah, sure. So we have a pun and meme and cosplay TikTok called Dad Jokes and Dragons that Erica and I, or Rin and I, are in. She actually plays the character Rin, and I play Volric for those of you guys who have been watching the show. It's doing well. It's got a lot of momentum. We'd love to have you at Dad Jokes and Dragons on TikTok.
Awesome. Cool. Thanks, Eric, and thank you all for joining us, and thank you to the players. We will see you all next week. Goodbye.